about this fantastic app called the Advancement Navigator and keep you guys motivated to share, overcome some of the objectives to sharing at cost metals with others and helping you just simplify, make it as easy as possible. All right, if you can hear me loud and clear, let's go ahead and type a 1 in the chat box. And I believe everything is going to be a-okay today. Last week I had some technical difficulties, so did a lot of dress rehearsals. All right, everyone, just coming in. If you want to type your name and location in the chat box. This is week 4 of the Funnel Fridays, and we're going to talk today about generating more qualified leads and how this works. If this is your first time tuning in, this is an app that's powered by Rapid Funnel, custom built for your at-cost metals business. The cool thing about this, as you're going to find, is super user-friendly to use, and you should be getting all of your team on it because it's free. That's right, it's free, and we're never going to pressure you to upgrade. But what we believe is going to happen is there is a premium version that is $24.95 a month, or if you purchase the whole year, you get 2 months for free. And if you choose at any point to upgrade, we believe that you're going to get so much value out of this that you're going to want to. So when I first learned about Rapid Funnel, it was about 2017. And I was at another network marketing company, learned about it, and it simplified everything. It organized everything for me, and it made everything automatic. Sprinkling on people, staying in the forefront of other people's minds, and even giving me scripts so that, 90% of the population is fearful of the fear of rejection. So this kind of helps you to get past that. Plus, this training is going to help you to understand it's really a simple 1, 2, 3. And no really means, in most cases, no, not now. So it's how you have a perspective. And I believe that you're going to get so much value in this, and it's going to help you close deals. I closed about 80% of my sales utilizing this app, and that's why it was so important to bring it to at-cost metals. So essentially, a brand new at-cost metals member can go set up their account for free. And as soon as they, become a legit at-cost metals member, that is your prerequisite. Once you have purchased your membership for at-cost metals, you can download this, set up your AdvNav account, and get started immediately, having an online presence and being able to share presentations and so many resources. And we're going to go through a lot of that today. Every week, we do this for about 10 weeks, and then we refresh it and start again. If this is your first time joining us, it's okay, you didn't miss anything. You can always watch it again. We have the trainings in our app under coaching, and as well, we have them on YouTube. But we are aware that there will always be an influx of new members. So there's going to be basics that we touch on every week. So if you have been doing this for a while, you understand that, and you'll also appreciate us doing that for your team members that are getting started. So let me go ahead and share my screen here on this side really quickly. Oh, and by the way, how this works is we'll go through a training, and then after the training, we will do a demonstration on the app, and then I'll open it up to Q&A. So if you have any questions about, hey, what is this? Does this do this? How do you do this, etc.? And then at the end, we'll close it out. But we'll make sure your questions are answered. However, I will qualify by saying I am not tech support. And so don't try to stump me with some kind of ticket. Well, I'll show you how. If you have any issues, this is key here as a leader. If there's any technical issues with this app, all you have to do is open up a support ticket. We have a dedicated support staff available to help you. Okay, so let me go ahead and flip this to the presentation and make sure that you guys can see this. Click stop share here. And let me try this one more time. All right. We have it. All right. Thank you so much for your patience. So welcome to week 4 of our Advancement Navigator, aka AdvNav training series. And I like to call it this success training series because we're going to help you reach new levels of success. You've made it this far, and trust me, what we're diving into this week is going to supercharge your lead generation. We're shifting gears to talk about ways that you can not just attract leads, but attract qualified leads. Those high quality, hot prospects who actually see the value of precious metals and are ready to hear what you have to say. If you agree with that, type a 1 in the chat box. This week's focus is going to be about lead generation, direct messaging, and one-to-many, the top of the funnel. Now, if you're thinking funnels, I thought we're here to talk about silver and gold, not bakery items. You're right. But in our business, a funnel is about moving someone from just having a casual interest to being genuinely excited to join us. The purpose of the top of the funnel is to catch their interest and pull them in. So think about a funnel. I don't have a picture of one, but with the small side at the bottom and the wide side at the top, and you're just placing them in, and you're going to be sorting people. And by the time they get to the bottom of the funnel, a lot are going to be sorted out, and the true ones that are genuinely interested will remain and go the distance with you. Here's the truth. We don't often want to face it, but sales is a number game. The person who shares their message the most often is often the one who wins. And did you know that on average, only 2 to 5% of people will say yes on their very first contact? Now, think about that. Each and every one of us have a circle of influence based on reputation from past things that we've done. And having that, knowing that sometimes all it takes is you to say jump and someone will jump. So a lot of times you don't even have to share anything with people. They will go ahead just because of who you are, your reputation, and what they think of you. They will just say yes. So imagine out of 100 people that you talk to, there may be only 2 that's going to sign up or buy immediately. And this can feel discouraging at first, but think of it as your own personalized formula for success. If you understand that from the beginning, you're not going to take it personal. And here's a story to bring this home. I once had a team member who was struggling with feeling rejected after every no, but we took a step back and reframed each no as not yet instead of a personal rejection. And in the next month, she approached every conversation with this new mindset, keeping track for reach outs. And guess what? She realized her yes came on average after about 6 follow-ups. She was no longer guessing, but working from her own data. When you understand this dynamic, it's like unlocking a map to your own success. You'll find that with persistence, each follow-up gets you one step closer. And remember, you're not just chasing a yes, you're finding your own formula that works, and each person's going to be a little bit different. And by the way, you don't even have to figure and reinvent the wheel for follow-up. We're going to do it all for you. So in the industry, the difficulties that we have found with this, and the biggest challenge is our challenge number 1. How do you find qualified prospects? The first hurdle is having enough people to talk to who are truly qualified and ready. Ever notice how the people most excited about you, what you do, aren't always the most reliable? It's easy to feel like you're spinning your wheels talking to people who aren't ready. The solution? The right tools and resources, whether that's content we have already made for you or strategies that's going to help you sort rather than convince. Finding those that are ready to go people is possible and obtainable. Your second challenge to overcome is building a habit. Prospecting is often seen as selling, but here's a shift. Treat it like a habit, not a job. I always say, what we do isn't about perfect salesmanship. It's about having consistent conversations. And once this becomes second nature to you, you're going to see these conversations bear fruit naturally. And here's a tip. Try setting a small daily goal, even if it's just 1 or 2 exposures, to build that prospecting muscle over time. You probably know this, but it just takes 21 days, 3 weeks to form a habit. So if you just consistently say, I'm going to go ahead and make 2 to 5 exposures a day. Some of you are going to be more ambitious, 10, 20. So just do something, set your goal that's going to be attainable. And maybe it's not every single day, it's 5 days a week. Whatever your number is, it could be a weekly one. Set your goal and consistently do it. And then after 90 days of doing that, that's when it really is going to take hold, and you're going to, hopefully before the 90 days, start seeing some differences. But we want to give you the best advice for success, and that's just keep your head down and consistently doing it for 90 days. The challenge number 3 is tracking and measuring. Another common roadblock is the lack of tracking. I often ask team members, how many people have you actually talked to this month? Often they don't know. Here's why this is crucial. If you can measure your activity, you can improve it. Knowing your numbers allows you to take real ownership of your results. With the right tracking, it's easy to see that when we hit X number of reach outs, or what we call exposures, it leads to Y results. You'll know exactly where you stand and exactly what to aim for. So someone might be like, I've reached out to this many people and everyone's given me a no, but they didn't really reach out. Maybe they did that over a month instead of over a few days. And so once you start analyzing that and going, okay, it's going to take me 25 no's to get a yes, something like that, whatever that looks like. Challenge number 4, managing expectations. Finally, understanding what it takes to achieve our goals is the foundation of our success. This business is like working out. Consistent action brings results. It's not about going hard for a week and expecting major wins. It's about showing up consistently, even if it's just small actions every day. When you know what's required, the process is predictable and so much less stressful. It's all about finding the rhythm that works for you. And also just not taking it personal. I liken it to offering people candy or something that you baked. People have different dietary restrictions. So if every day you were going to a class, let's say, and today you offered everyone a piece of peppermint, you're not going to get your feelings hurt if someone tells you no, that they don't like peppermint. The very next day, you're going to offer them a different one. Today, it's lemon drops, and different people are going to say yes. Maybe someone's going to say yes to both of them. And then the next day, it's going to be chocolate. And that's how it should be. Once we understand, we literally have a gold mine in our pocket that makes the difference. So let's go into the solutions. First, the key to your success is sorting. You're not here to twist arms or change minds. You're here to find those people who are already open to what we offer. When you let the process work for you, you avoid burnout and actually start enjoying each interaction. The next one is knowing your ratios. This goes in line with the difficulty we just discussed. Your ratios are another valuable tool. When you know how many people you need to talk to in order to get a customer or a team member, you can set realistic goals and work towards them confidently. Imagine this like a sports game. If you knew that taking a certain number of shots would guarantee a win, you'd be taking shots every day, right? Then there's the power of social sharing. Our app has built-in resources, including the Wizard, a tool that helps you import contacts from your mobile and send out reach outs and exposures in batches. I once had a team member host a small Wizard party over a Zoom. They brought in 5 people each, sent out invites to 5 contacts, and had 50 messages going out within minutes. That's an approach that you can easily try with a local team by having them come to your house, sitting them down and say, in the next 20 minutes, let's send out 5 invites each to the next webinar, or just to watch a video, do a survey, whatever it is. Or you can do it if you don't have that local team, which most of us don't. What's beautiful about this is we can do this wearing our PJs remotely anywhere in the world and get it done. And we can always do that over Zoom or in a virtual setting. We have contests and leaderboards. Who doesn't love a little bit of friendly competition? We have contests, leaderboards to keep things lively. If you're naturally competitive, this can push you to reach out just a little bit more than you might otherwise. When someone challenges you to match them, hey, I've done 10 this week, what are you doing? You know, it really works. It's about moving faster as a team and keeping each other inspired. So we have a challenge for you, and I'm going to ask that you actually do this while we're on this right now when I go to show you the demo. Here's your chance to put what we've covered into action. Take a moment right now and think of 5 people who fit one or more of the following categories. 1, someone that's seeking ways to grow their income, who would love the benefit of saving on gold and silver. Maybe they already buy it elsewhere. I love the utilizing, and you guys could do, I think this would be great if everyone uses this. I love using the hashtag, why pay more elsewhere? So if they're already paying for gold and silver, why would you want a friend to pay more? They just need to understand our business model. The second category is an experienced network marketer who would be a natural fit for our team. Guys, this is so easy. It's not a potion or lotion energy drink that you're going to get so upset if you become garage qualified with expired products. We have something here that every single month, if you don't recruit someone to stay active, you need to buy the coin of the month. Well, that coin of the month, and I will speak on this personally, that coin of the month has saved my hide in the past, because each of us, well, not everyone, but I transparently have had ebbs and flows in life. And I was with a previous gold and silver company. And so I collected them. And it was during the time that I was going through a dip that I relied on those. And so how many of us can have a garage full of some kind of shake and be able to go to someone and say, can you hold this for collateral? And would you loan me $10,000? I need, I'm going through a rough time here. And after 90 days, if I can't pay you back, you can keep all of this product. It's worth over $10,000. Retailing, most people are going to tell you, go take a hike. There's no way they're going to do it. But if you go to them and you say, hey, I've got over $10,000 worth of gold and silver here, I would love if you would consider giving me a loan to get out of this bind that I'm in. And if I can't pay you back after 90 days, you can keep it. You better believe they would say yes if they were smart, especially with gold and silver going up. If you would do that deal, go ahead and type a 1 in the chat box. And the final person is someone that you know who already loves gold and silver and wants to keep accumulating smartly. There's people that are just going to, I don't want to say the name, but a big box store here in the United States, like that's the most popular one, they're charging sales tax, and sales tax is not normal for precious metals. So right there in some states and counties around the country, sales tax is up to over 9%. So we're able to save them from that. So if they're just utilizing that big box store for convenience, we can help them understand why they would want to come to AdCost. So these are the people that are already primed to see the value in what we offer. They already buy gold and silver. So I encourage you to dive into the AdvNav app and use one of our invite scripts. Or we can go to social media and post something directly from our app that might attract the attention of people in your network who would love to learn more. And while you're doing that, remember this. The invitation is simple. It's about showing people that you have a way for them to access the best prices on precious metals while also being part of something bigger. It's not a hard pitch. It's an invitation to join something meaningful. As we say, it's a voluntary army, not the army. And everyone here wants to be part of a community that's as positive and like-minded as they are. And keep in mind, each person, I'm going to flip this and go to the app now. Each person is motivated by different things. Some people join AdCost Metals simply to make money because they're a provider and they need to make an additional income. And we offer a very generous compensation plan, which allows you to make significant income. There's other people that just want to do it for the recognition, want to get up to gold and really enjoy that. There's other people that absolutely love the team culture of having people that are like-minded, that like stacking gold and silver, and being able to tap into that to learn more. Whatever it is, if it's one of those three or all three of those, it's important to know. And it's a great question to ask your brand new member. So let me go through a few things with you. And I encourage you to always invite your new members to join the training. I mean, why not? We're doing it every Friday, but I don't want you to feel like you have to. You could do a training like this yourself. So just pay attention to what we do. It's super easy, and you can just, while they're, if you were, again, locally or on a Zoom, you could immediately show them how easy it is to get set up. This is your dashboard and homepage, and our app is called Advancement Navigator. That is exclusive for AdCost Metals, and the whole idea is it's going to help you advance through the ranks. It's going to navigate you with grace and ease. Now, first I want to mention that it shows exposures and engagements. Now, if you're brand spanking new, these are going to be 0. Your contacts are going to be 0. All of this is going to be 0. Oh, by the way, this is a demo account. It is not mine. And but what I want to point out here is that exposures mean that you're sending out links to people, and you could literally send out 1,000 without anybody doing anything. That's like a spammer. We don't want you to be spammy. And so we're going to teach you a better way. What you want to pay attention to is the engagement number. That means of the exposures that you send out, these are the people that are actually watching the videos or attending a live webinar or filling out a form or completing a survey, one of those. So keep that in mind. And you want these two numbers to remain the same or be as close as possible. Now, everyone's going to have a different style, and but we're going to help you that doesn't have a solution already, a style, to be able to overcome reaching out to people. So we want to first show you how you can add from your phone, thinking of 5 people. We were just discussing that. So if this is your first time after I show you how to do it, you're going to see how simple it is. And remember, If it is someone that's what we call on your chicken list, that means you're too chicken to reach out to them. You're never going to get a yes if you don't ask. So even if they say no, it could be just no, not right now. Even if they're never interested in gold and silver, which is completely okay, they might know some people that do. And so just keep in mind about all that and never feel bad to ask follow-up questions. So if someone does say no to you, it's okay. Don't get your feelings hurt. Don't take it personal. Just ask them, please consider me for anybody that you know that might already be buying gold and silver or is a networker that is looking for a place to bring their team, because that would be amazing. All right, to add someone at the very bottom here, you can do it this way by clicking this. We have a lot of redundancy in the app. You could click on the contacts. You could click on this bar at the top, and you're going to go to the same place. So let me show you this one. This is the most prominent one. Once you're on this page, you have a few options. You can just type in their information. Let's say I'm at the grocery store and we're talking about, the inflation, and that opens up how gold and silver is a great hedge against inflation, and the person wants you to send them information, and so they give you their first name and their phone number. That's all you have. You don't even have an email. You don't have a last name. And so you don't have to have everything, and you don't even need to have a phone number or email in the case of a social media contact. So you type in what you can here. And of course you need at least, just the first name is really all you need. But what I would say is if you have limited information, type in some notes, because you will forget who this person is later if you've just met them casually on your outings. And then click continue. Or you can go and do the wizard. And if you click on the wizard, it's going to bring up your contacts, and it's going to make you, I'll show you in just a second how to do it. It's going to make you import at least 5 people. So it's going to batch them. And if you just want to import one person, you can just click the top one. So let's go ahead and do that. And I'm going to put myself in, and I encourage you to put yourself in for several different reasons, so that you can send yourself something and see what your contacts are getting. And so this is not my real phone number, but if you click on it, it's going to, I'm sorry. I'm going to click import. It's going to fill in the information that I have in my phone. So in this case, there is an email, but sometimes you don't have an email. So if you don't, it won't. And then let's just hit continue. Next, it's going to ask you if you want to assign them to a campaign. This is an email campaign, and I'll show you. We have a great one available, but it's too premature to do that, and it will generate an opt-in. And until that person is ready to receive that opt-in and you've told them it's coming, then we don't want to do that. So let's just go ahead and hit not right now for the email. Email campaigns are to keep in touch with people, or if they say no. All right. And then do you want to schedule a follow-up? Well, maybe you do, because you just met the person at the grocery store and you told them that you would call them on Tuesday. So you could do that. But if not, just click not yet. And this has so many tools like reminders and follow-ups and so forth. So here are a whole bunch of contact cards in this account. And when I click on this one, it opens that up, and I could add as much information as I want on this contact. I could upload a headshot for them. I could do a lot of things. One of the things that we always tell you to do is go under labels and type in as much information as possible. We've pre-populated some labels to help you, but you can always add your own. And why labels are important, and again, we will have a full training on just labels. Well, not just labels, but highlighting the labels, is later you're going to be able to search. Let's say at the very bottom here is one that says vets military. So maybe there's a special email that you want to send out to all the veterans on one of the holidays. On I can't think of the name of it. Oh my gosh, so bad. But one of the holidays that's for the Patriots, Veterans Day. Oh my gosh. You could actually do that. So you can actually look up people based on labels, and you can create as many as you want. And I am a label category nut. So keep that in mind. It's going to benefit you in the long run if you put as much information in as possible for each of these people. All right. The next thing I wanted to mention is you're going to import your people that way. And then you're going to want to go into our resources. This is our resource library. So if you click on the resources, and by the way, if you jump ahead and you click on the wrong button, you cannot mess this up. We encourage you to get on this app, play with it, review everything. So you need to be a master of what's inside the app. You don't have to become this technical person. You don't have to become tech support. That's the beauty of it. But you should familiarize yourself with what we have, because you're going to pick your own that are your favorites. And you're also going to realize there are certain resources that are going to hit certain demographics better. So if I'm working with someone that's under 20, I might send one resource. And if someone is retired, I might send a different resource. So this is our resource library, and we have 12 categories. We put them in this order to make it easy for you, but you don't have to do it this way. But one of the things we want to stress is getting permissions. So what that means is right now, mobile providers, Verizon, Mint Mobile, T-Mobile, etc., if they don't see a two-way conversation on a text message and you just dump a link on someone, there is like a 90% chance they're going to block it. And when they block it, you're not even going to be to the wiser. So you sent something out to someone, you're super excited about at Cost Metals, and you send it out via text message, and you send it out to a whole bunch of people. They're not going to go through. And so what the mobile providers are looking for is a conversation that you've sent something that's just text and they've responded yes. Once they see that yes, and this is AI or bots reviewing all this, then they're going to allow the link to go through. And of course, there's different exceptions. I mean, if this is your best friend and you're talking to them, 100 times throughout the day, but if it's someone that you've never spoken to before or haven't in months or a year or more, and all of a sudden you're just dumping a link on them, they're most likely going to block that. So what we've done is come up with some scripts to help you get past that. And so let's say these are just in alphabetical order. Here's one about a power zoom. And can I send you my digital business card? Can I share a short video with you? And all you have to do is click preview to see what it's going to say. And the beauty of this is that you might like some of it, but not all of it. But you can change it before you send it. It's automatically going to populate the contact's name, and it's going to add your name at the bottom. And this is Joe Demo, so that's why it says Joe. So I'm going to close this, and if I want to send it, oh yeah, I like this, then I'm going to click right here on the box and check it. And now I'm going to get 3 icons that show up. And this is based on what I have in the profile. So in the profile, I do have an email, so I can email them, I could text them, or this is a copy and paste to social media. So let's show you what happens when I text it. Now I'm on an iPhone, so your iPhone might look, so your phone may look a little different if you are on an Android. But as you can see here, maybe this isn't going to make sense for you. Maybe you need to do a quick little modification before you send it out. Like, it was great seeing you today, or, thank you for breakfast, or whatever it is. And then send that. Once they give you the response back that it's a yes, then you come back here. And this is where we're talking today about how can you generate leads that are not your business, that are not your family and friends. You don't want to, you just want to post things on social media and put up hashtags so that other people that are outside your circle will see it and possibly engage with you. What we have is two things. We have what's called a secrets page that is incredible. This is one item that requires a pro level. So let me just show it to you. If you click on it again, I can hit open. And when we click on the open, you're going to see what it looks like. And it says, curious about gold and silver. Here's the 4 key secrets you must know. We give them some information, and then they have an opportunity to fill out a form to get the secrets now. And if you decided to become a pro user, then you're going to be able to utilize this. And then after this page, it goes into the free gift. It gives them the PDF of the information, and it then has them fill out a survey on precious metals. And that's key, because you're going to get the answers. It's just coming to you. You're going to get the answers. So you're going to be able to follow up with them and help them to, if they prefer gold over silver, if they prefer bullion over collector coins, how much do they normally buy a year? You're going to have all that information to help move them along for a decision. Let's come back here. That is our free secrets page. And by the way, that was like a $5,000 investment to have that built in. Incredible. So we wanted to make sure that the free version is so robust. Everything that you need to be able to close is available. But if you do find value, that you can upgrade to it, to the pro level, and have all the bells and whistles of whole enchilada. We have 2 surveys that you can post on social media. One is on gold and silver, and one is on a side gig. So a side gig is like, ride shares, etc. So let me just show you what that looks like. Can I ask you a quick question? Now, these questions on this first one are based on precious metals. Have you ever considered it, etc. And again, once you get these answers, it's going to help you better move that person along to get the answers to them that they need to make an informed decision. And by the way, this survey does not mention at all at-cost metals. In the industry, we found with Rapid Funnel has spent $7 million building out their own app. And we are a white label of Rapid Funnel. And what they have found is it's best if we just keep it generic to the industry and then give them the solution. And that solution is at-cost metals. So once they fill out this information, submit it to you, then you'll be able to return to go, okay, what's in the resource library that's going to help them? And here's the other one, the side gig one. And I encourage you to post these everywhere. I mean, get in some of these groups, post them everywhere, as long as the group allows you to. Here's one about how motivated are you? How much do you need to earn? How much time are you available and willing to dedicate to earn that? How long are you willing to do those hours before you make that much money? And how much initially are you willing to pay? How much are you willing to pay monthly? And what is your passion level? So really good. This is very, very good information to help you understand where everyone's at and how to then come back to them and decide. We have a scoring system. This score is going to be automatically generated based on their actions, but you have a 5-star scoring system. And you can make, if they are someone that you really want to work with and, have already built a network and already buy gold and silver, all the different factors, then you might want to just give them a 5-star. And we'll go through on another training how we do this star system and some ideas. Again, we're not about, as it said, it's all about a volunteer army. We're going to give you tips so that you don't have to reinvent the wheel, but we're not going to be militant. We want you to utilize everything to the best of your abilities and to really expand on it with your own ideas. Really cool. All right, the next thing I wanted to talk about is can't even read my own notes. If you can show a new member how to do this within their first 24 hours, it's really going to benefit you for them to be able to hit the ground running. And if you are the person that's sending out these invites, I want you to consider there's that great, if you need this, I can I'll post it in the AdvNav Telegram group today. There is a memory jogger form that helps you to sit down and write down 100 names. And you don't prejudge, you just think of everybody that you know and you just start writing their names down. And then all of a sudden you'll realize that when you're in that zone, it's like a theta brain wave. You'll start thinking of people that you hadn't even considered before. Then after you're done, you can pre-qualify which ones you want to reach out to. But the most important thing is not to prejudge people. Allow them to make the decision, not you make the decision for them, because you might think, oh, they don't want gold and silver, and yet they do want gold and silver. They have been up all night last night praying for an answer. So we don't know what's going on in everyone's life. So just don't prejudge them. All right. Oh, the QR code. Oh, I want to show you your business card and QR code. This is fantastic. So I'm going to come back here to the home page. And let's say that I am out and about and I just meet that person. And I've just added them to my contacts. So again, this one is me. I'm going to click on it. And I want to send them. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not thinking clearly. I'm out and about. I just met someone and they want to text me like this. We can make it even more simple. Before I just said you can add them. Well, here's a way to make it even more simple. You could click on send resource. And at the top here, we have my card. Check out how beautiful the card is. And again, in another training, we go through and teach you how you can customize this, but we have pre-populated it with the 10 most popular, and this one at the bottom here is just for this demo, but 10 most popular buttons. And again, all of these are free. And based on what you put in your profile is going to indicate if these icons are here. But let's say I was at the store and they wanted to text me their information. Maybe their last name is really difficult to spell, and so I would botch it up. So all I have to do is pull up my business card and click on my QR code, and it's going to pull it up. And all I have to do is turn it towards them and ask them to, open up their camera and send me a text message. What's going to happen is it's going to open up their business card, and right here they can click on the text message, and then it's going to open it up. Now, this is a demo, so right there, it's not going to work. But when you really do it, it's going to work because you're doing it from an actual business card. So really cool. All right, so let's go ahead at this time and take a minute. I'm just going to talk about some random things, but I'd like you to at least send out at least 3 right now. So whether it's a permission, maybe you've already gotten a permission verbally from someone, maybe they're a family member, they don't mind you doing it. Here's the workaround. If you have a family member that has already said, hey, you can send it to me, or a best friend that says, of course, you can send me whatever you want. The best thing to do is to send some kind of text message first that says, I'd like to share this with you, or, as we discussed the precious metals the other night, is it okay if I send the link to this number, or something like that, so that they could respond with a yes. And even if you just had breakfast with your former boss and they told you, yes, you can send a link, you still have to do the same thing. You still have to text them. And this is only applicable by texting. If you're emailing, you don't have to worry about this. If you're doing it through social media messaging, you don't have to worry about this. So through texting, just get that back and forth two-way conversation, get that yes, and then you can send them a link. And let me show you how easy that is. Under the peak, I'm sorry. So under the surveys, we're talking about generating new links. If I wanted to send somebody a survey personally, I go first to their name and I open up the send resources like I've done. And then I say, you know what, they're more interested in the side gig economy. I'm going to send this to them. So I'm going to click on the text message. They just responded, yes, send it. So here it says, awesome, Bullioness. Thank you and appreciate your time. Here's the 1-minute survey, side gig survey, etc. Now, this link here is a trackable, unique link. So when you send it and they click on it, then you're going to be notified that they clicked on it. You're going to be notified when they complete a form, or how much of a video they've watched. So it's really cool, because as you're sleeping, you could wake up and see on your app under, let me show you where you can see it. I'm going to go back to the home. Under the More button, there is tasks and notifications. And by the way, when this comes up, it's going to come up naturally. Then you're going to be able to see when someone has done something. So these are all just event reminders, but let's say it was Taylor, you would see something like this, that Taylor filled out the form, click here to view what they wrote. And all of this is on your database. And by the way, that is so important, that this is a database that's only yours. We do not sell your information to other companies, and we can't say that for other social media platforms, because they do that. Not only do they sell your information, but like on YouTube, when you put out a precious metals video, guess what? They're going to actually advertise to other people that want precious metals, to another precious metals company. So be aware of all that. So you want to always see what people have done, and this is where you can go. And I'm going to open it up. We got about 10 more minutes. I'm going to open it up to questions. But one of the first things that you want to do before I end is under the More button, make sure your information is populated. Go to settings. Make sure your phone number's in there. It's under account settings to fill out your phone number. Make sure that your time zone is correct, because that's based on the events are based on the times that you're in. So if you're showing the wrong time zone, that's going to be skewed. And most importantly, right here, the second one down, it says your referral code. Make sure that you type in your referral code. And by the way, click edit and do that. It is not a URL. It is just the name or the word that you chose when you signed up. And then how that works is every one of these, let me go here. Every one of these video pages has a Learn More button and a Join Now. And this is what I mean by having an online presence immediately. So if they click Join Now, it's going to integrate directly with @CostMetals to the sign up page. It pre-populated it based on what I have on this account. So it would pre-populate it for what you have on your account. And that makes it so easy. In addition, they can click learn more and cycle through 10 to 12 different videos about, a great documentary about gold and silver, our pricing page, and so forth. So if you have a question at this time, go ahead and type your question in the chat box, or if you'd like to just voice it, then raise your hand and I can call on you. And we have had a very busy week here here in the United States with the elections going on, and people are looking for solutions. And so we have two camps, either they're over the moon or they're not happy. And so either way, think of ways that you could reach out to people. If you know that they're over the moon happy, then explain to them, even though this is really key, guys. This is what I'm doing, is even though gold and silver do better in a bad economy, we have a situation. So someone that is happy might think, oh, the economy is going to come back. I don't need to be stashing away gold and silver, etc. Well, we have a factor here that's outside the United States, as most of you guys know, and that's called BRICS. And we've got a whole bunch of countries that are trying to devalue the dollar and have their own gold-backed currency. So even with everything going really well for the United States, which will be positive, we still have that factor. So keep that in mind when you're reaching out to someone that may say, hey, gold and silver, I don't need it right now. You still are going to need it, because if the dollar devalues more, then it's what's keeping the value in your wealth. It's your hedge against inflation, and it's outpacing inflation. Now, if they're not happy with the results, then, look through the resources and figure out which is the best way to reach out to them. So if they think that the world is going to end, then they are going to want to buy more gold and silver, because gold and silver thrive in a bad economy. All right. Well, nobody has raised their hand. You guys are so easy on me. Well, thank you so much for joining us. So next week, we are going to talk about, let's see. Let me see if I have it here. Yeah. Professional networkers own their own database. What is your 5-year game plan? So we're going to help you understand your 5-year game plan. Oh, I see Dee does have a question. Let me have you unmute. See if. All right, Dee, we're going to try to have you unmute. So if you can unmute and ask your question, that would be awesome. Let me go ahead and turn off this share, so I may be able to help you unmute. Ask to unmute. Okay, you should be able to unmute yourself now. So for whatever reason, it's not allowing you to do it. Okay, where do we go to watch previous sessions? Oh, fantastic question. Let me share again. I had turned the share off because the other thing wasn't working. All right, let's bring this back on. To watch previous ones, just go under the coaching section. And here's Funnel Friday training right here. You can watch all of them. You can also see them on YouTube. And I post the link in the Telegram groups and in the Facebook groups. So if you're not in any of those groups, just check with your upline sponsor or success coach and ask them how to be put in some of those groups to make sure that you're staying plugged in. We have our own AdvNav Telegram channel. And by the way, here's where you can find support. Under the more, here is the support. So if you do have a question that's more related to an issue, something not working correctly, a glitch, definitely report it by going to the support button right there. Well, fantastic. Thank you so much for joining us. Now, we do this purposefully on Fridays at 1 p.m. Eastern each week because our end of the week is Saturday midnight Central Time. So this essentially gives you about 36 hours to motivate yourself to do some exposures or contact your team, a brand new member, or maybe a member that you have fallen out of touch with and it's time to re-engage. If you did not get on the webinar last night, the Power Zoom, oh my gosh, JD was on it last night and we got some great updates, super exciting. So make sure that you watch that. Again, you can go to YouTube. Oh yeah, we have, okay. You can go to YouTube and you can just look up at Cost Metals Bullion-S and you'll find the presentation from last night. We have one more question. It says, from a female perspective, do you have any pre-recorded presentations on YouTube? So yeah, I do on YouTube. But again, I want you to understand why we have this app. This app is super important that you're not sending your people to YouTube where YouTube is going to get them to go to JM Bullion instead of at Cost Metals. Do you understand? So you want to keep them captive in your own funnel system. And under the presentation, in the resources, under the presentations, there's 2 male presentation narrations and 1 female. And so we have 3 different versions of the presentation based on, different demographics, so that you think of who are you speaking with and what presentation would they resonate with the best. So until next Friday, finish strong. Tomorrow we have, today was the coin of the month. And if you're not already set up with the coin of the month, make sure that you're subscribing to that. Very powerful. So finish strong, help your team finish strong. And remember, we've got that 300, 300, 300 for a first-time person that's cycling to earn $300. So help them achieve that. And when I say help them achieve that, I'm not saying come out of pocket. What I mean by that is make yourself available for 3-way calls. And if you're not comfortable with that process yet, then go to your upline and ask. And you make sure that you get on that 3-way call and you keep hearing how it's done until you get it perfected. And that's how each of us are able to become the leaders. We all start off at ground zero, and then we just, through redundancy, learn all these wonderful things, and then we can become the mentor for others. Have a great rest of your Friday. See you next Friday.